Welcome to the Tennis Warehouse shoe review of the Roger Pro 2. Engineered with feedback from Roger Federer, the Roger Pro 2 gets updated with more durability and support. On top of the foot, a lighter and more breathable mesh provides comfort for long-lasting hitting sessions. At the heel, a molded heel counter keeps your foot locked in for confidence when moving intensely. A high-performance foam provides the cushioning underfoot to absorb shock. On's carbon fiber Speedboard in the midfoot region supplies enhanced stability and energy return as you sprint for the next ball. This shoe fits true to size and weighs in at 15.2 ounces for a size 10.5. I wore the first pair of Roger Pros 2 as well as this version, and I found this one to offer a more performance fit, a little bit snugger, which was good. I have narrow feet, so I got secure lacing from this one, could really get my feet cinched in nicely, so it wasn't sliding around too much inside the shoe. I would have liked more cushioning. I preferred the cushioning from the older model compared to this one, especially up in the forefoot. When coming down, especially when sprinting up to the net, making a quick stop, I found the shoe kind of slapping the forefoot outsole down into the court rather than transitioning and rolling nicely onto the toes. So that was one part of it. And the other part was just pushing off. I didn't feel as fast and responsive in this version as I did in the previous version. When moving laterally, so moving across the baseline, I definitely felt more locked in. Shoes got way more support and stability than the first version, so I love that part of it. The outsole's held up decently for me. I wouldn't say this is a high durability shoe, but it's lasting well enough. And then the uppers, great breathability, nice comfortable fit from them. So all around, not a bad play test for me, but just not my favorite shoe of the year.
These Roger Pro 2s are extremely rigid, make no doubt about it. So if you're a little bit sensitive in terms of your footwear, this may not be the shoe for you. But what they lack in cushioning, they definitely make up for in terms of overall support and connectedness to the court. I really enjoyed the overall sensations that I had on my feet when wearing these shoes. They do feel like a shoe that prioritizes good movement. But that said, they do make use of a very rigid or flat design, which I do think has some positives and negatives. I'll start with the negatives here in saying that the jump off of the balls of my feet is a little bit tricky for me to always use effectively. The shoes don't have the greatest sort of initial propulsion towards the ball off the bat. But once you get moving, they're extremely stable and honestly pretty fast. Maybe not quite in that upper echelon of speed like the Adidas Ubersonic 5s or the ASICS Solution Speed FF3s, but still plenty fast when you get them moving. My favorite thing about these shoes was the fact that they would bail me out of situations where I didn't think I would get to the ball. Oftentimes I'd be on the stretch or moving quickly and I didn't think I was going to get to a shot, and then to my surprise, I'd end up being there, and the shoes are very stable in terms of helping you recover from that tough position. I didn't really slide a whole lot in these shoes, so the traction didn't feel like anything super unusual, but I didn't really feel like I needed to slide either, so just a really stable experience. If you're looking for something that's extremely durable, this is a good option. I have not been able to wear through these outsoles really at all, coming in around the 30-hour mark going into this playtest. And overall, I think this is a unique shoe. If you like that flatter sort of feeling on court, definitely a good option for those kinds of players.
So as soon as I put on this shoe, I could tell it's a little bit wider, keeping up with what it was in the previous version. I would like to say that when I first put it on, without even playing in it, I felt that my heel was slipping a little bit, so I went with the extra eyelets that you're given. And once I started using that and I started playing with it, the heel slippage was minimized, but you still feel it a little bit. For the last few weeks, I wanted to say that I've been playing with a ankle brace, and that fit really well into it. Usually when I play with an ankle brace, I get a little bit of resistance when I'm putting on the shoe, but it was perfectly fine with this. The extra width helped as well. The shoe does have a lot of support. I played in these shoes with and without the ankle brace, and I was getting the same kind of support. I really liked it. So you do have a lot of underfoot cushioning, a lot of comfort, but the side piece here is what started hurting a little bit when I was playing for a longer period of time. I would like to say that this shoe at the end of the day is still a very good shoe. The previous one I had, I ran through them really quickly. The durability did not hold up at all. This one I've been playing, I've put about 20 to 25 hours on this, and it still has been perfect, very minimal wear. So if you're looking for a pretty durable shoe, good support, definitely something that you should be checking out.
This is my first time playtesting an On tennis shoe, and I did have some mixed feelings about it, but starting with the looks, I really like the look of these shoes. I think they look very modern and sleek looking. Fit-wise though, the forefoot was a little bit narrow for me. There is a hard plastic piece kind of on that lateral forefoot side that was pushing the uppers in, so it was causing some rubbing on my pinky toes. But once I got on court, the first thing I noticed was that they have a very low to the ground ride and feel. I got a lot of great court feel from them. Some players might like that a lot. For me, I would prefer a bit more cushioning throughout the shoe. But support and stability, like the other play testers had mentioned, is really good with this shoe. I thought traction was really sticky, maybe a little bit more sticky than I would have preferred, but I thought ventilation was really good as well. All in all, I think if you're a player that has kind of a more narrow to medium width foot that likes a very low to the ground ride, then you'll definitely want to check this one out. That wraps up our review of the Roger Pro 2 from On. For more information about this shoe or anything else tennis related, make sure you go to Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Only.